Hi there, this is Oliver from Blentus.com, and in this quick tutorial we are going to take a look on how to use Grease Pencil. Alright, Grease Pencil is a feature quite unknown, and a lot of people, at least a lot of people that I know, don't find it useful actually, but it is useful for a lot of things, right? Mainly for reference work or for just annotations on the scene. Well, I'll show you some of that things right now, but I'd like to talk about some possible uses of Grease Pencil. One of them is to animate a little drawing over the camera with the poses, main poses of a character, and we can create some animation and add timing to that animation. So then we can take our 3D model and animate it following the timing and the poses that we tried and we think that could work using the Grease Pencil. Right, we'll see it later. Also, we can use it for adding annotations on the scene. Alright, for, you know, if you are working in a project with more people, you can just create annotations on the scene and send that file to your co-workers so they can see where is the problem or what do you think that could be cool to add there, you know, some things like that. And also another possible use that I will showing you right now is creating a reference topology before Retopo. You know, I have this character here. We made it on the sculpting tutorial, and what I'm going to do is to create a reference, reference lines over the model, so you can have a reference when you are going to make the retopo finally. This character is not useful for animating because it's very heavy, it has a lot of polygons, and we need a cleaner mesh, alright, that we are going to create from this model. Alright, we'll see it on next tutorials. So before doing that, I like to create some reference lines to see where the topology are going to be. So then when you are in the retopo stage, it's very easy because you have some reference of where to put the vertices and faces and all that stuff. So let's finally go to the Grease Pencil. Right, we have this menu right here, Grease Pencil, and we have another one, let me check it, right here. Alright, so we can create a new layer, but if we just draw, a new layer will be automatically created. So you have two possible manners of doing it, right? Ways of doing it. One of them is to click draw and the cursor automatically is now a brush, so we can just paint over here, right? You can see that a new layer has been automatically created, and we can change things like the color, for example, of the lines. We'll see that this later is for animation. We can change the thickness of the lines and the opacity. Also, if X-ray, alright, you can see here that it's behind the model, so it's hidden, sorry. But if you activate X-ray, you will see always the lines on top of the models or whatever you have on the scene, right? Which is cool for annotations and things like that. Also, you could create a new layer, and you can work with several layers at the same time, right? For now, we are going just to work with this one. Let's add a more Blentus color. All right. So, clicking line, you are going to do the same, but clicking and dragging, you will create a line. And with erase, you will erase everything you touch. Alright. Another way of doing it, which is more fast and easy, is to press the D while clicking and dragging with the left mouse cursor. There you have it. And if you press D and right mouse button, you will erase the lines, which is cool. So once we know how to use this and how to draw on the view, we are going to see the different methods of creating lines. All right, the first one is cursor. right? Cursor, we're going to this new layer, will create, you know, because the lines are in 3D, so the cursor, when you are, sorry, well, this is one thing that I was going to explain later, but I'm going to talk about it now. And is that when you create a line or something, it will be attached to the model that you have, or to the object that you have selected on that time, all right? So this way, as you can see, we have it here, the layer, but if we hide that object, that layer disappears, all right? We have it just on this model. So, well, let's go to create the lines just from here. And as you can see, from the point of view, it will create the line from the point of view at the distance of the 3D cursor, right? If we create a new one from here, it will be the same in 3D, but it will be aligned to the cursor. And the same happens from this position. All right, so it's pretty cool. Let's erase them. Okay, this is cool, for example, for, let's say that we have an error here, or we'd like to add a horn right here. So click here, you have there the 3D cursor, and now let's make this. All right, and then you can give this file to your coworkers and they could see something like this, all right, which is pretty cool. Also, well, I'm using the mouse. You can use the pen tablet, of course, which is for some things like this more useful. And let's see another kind of alignment. So let's say we have a camera like this one, and we are going to check now how to animate, all right, or just from here, right? So in the view mode, if we add, for example, say, right, this, a little cursor, okay, we have this cursor here, and we can rotate the view because the drawing is always facing the camera, all right? It don't has you know, it doesn't have distance, right? It always is like a 2D painting, all right? So it's very useful when working with cameras, right? Because right now I can go ahead, sorry, select the character that we have, and here we have our little character. All right, so having this character here, we're going to check another thing. All right, let's go to the number 5 frame, activate onion skinning, okay? And now if we start drawing another frame, okay, like this, for example, you will have an animation. There you have it. And here, for example, I don't know. Ouch. I'm going crazy right now. Okay, the legs right here. Well, you get the idea, all right? So if we press play, we can see the animation actually. All right. The thing with this is that we can just open a dope sheet, and here, instead of dope sheet, we are going to select grease pencil. And this way we have access to the frames of the grease pencil, which is very cool, right? Also, this is GP layer. I'm going to call it crazy animation. And now here we have this layer, right? We can, well, this is for the just for the dope sheet. So right here we can change the timing alright, which is very cool. You have this little character, for example, you made an animation, a quick animation like what I did right now. So then, again, okay, let's take them right here, for example, bam, bam, alright, and we can go to this one and create, sorry, project tool right here. Okay, let's go right here. Well, I just fucked a frame. Well, no problem. I don't want to bother. Well, just this frame, and now it is. Okay. So right here, line right there, and there you have it. We can deactivate onion skinning. Onion skinning lets you see the previous and after frames, alright? So you have them as a reference. Here you can select the range of the frames that will be appear, as you can see, right? In zero is endless, alright? Every frame will be showing you, will be shown here. So deactivate it and you can see the actual animation. Okay, and when you have this, you can just start animating your character, alright, because you already know the timing, right? You have been experimenting with it right here, so you can just move your character with this timing and with approximate poses like these ones, because you know that they work. Well, in this animation they don't work, but if you create a good one and with a pen tablet and everything, it could be a very cool animation. Okay, also you can create different layers with different colors and things like that. Okay, but well, we already have this, and now we are going to delete everything. Okay, and let's take a look at other type of alignments. Right, so let's see that we have this, okay? If we align them to a stroke, this is what happens. Okay? The strokes are aligning to previous strokes. As you can see, they are aligned more or less. Okay? So it's pretty cool. Only add points also will make the alignment a bit different, right? Because it will only align the first point at the ending point, right? It won't, for example, align all of these middle ones. Okay, there you have it. Now delete this again, and let's start explaining you what I want to explain in this tutorial, which is surface. Right, this is very cool for creating things like scars. Okay, because it's aligned to the surface, right? So it's very useful for define more or less the topology of a model, right? Because there you have it. It's pretty interesting. You can, for example, say that this eye is going right here. Here I'm going to have a division, right? You don't have to make it perfectly, but just as a reference, right, of the shapes that you are going to follow later. Right, so these are the main lines that you are going to use. So you can start adding things like this. Okay, just for knowing where the polygons are going to be divided and the flow of them. Alright, as I said, nothing perfect, but just to later when starting the retopology, we have more or less a clear idea. All right. Here, for example, we see that here we will have triangle, so we can just delete this part and create here square. Right there, right there. So I think you get an idea of how this works. Okay, so later when we start with Topo, we have this clear reference on how to do it. Okay, so the important thing here is that this reference, you should do it on the, you create, for example, a plane, and you select it and start creating this reference, because if you don't, then when you select the plane and start making the retopo, the new model, based on this one, you will end up having nothing, because the reference will be attached to the original object, and when you select a different one, it will be hidden, right? You can just click convert and select Bezier curve, and you'll have these lines in a Bezier curve, right? A very heavy Bezier curve, but this is not useful at all, right? It's very cool to watch it, and you can make custom wireframes and things like that, but well, it's not very useful for what I'm expecting right now. So I hope you learned how to use Grease Pencil. I hope you find it useful for some things that you need to do right now or in the future. And well, see you soon and happy blending. In next tutorials we are going to create a retopo of, I don't know if this face or another one that I have right here, but well, we are taking a look at it in next tutorials. So happy blending and see you soon.